Hello and welcome to the bonus episode of Ready Steady Plays tutorial for Havelock. So in this episode we're going to be covering a dream, and then we're going to be looking probably at diplomacy.
I think we said this in the first time we played this, but I don't dream. Well, I do dream, I clearly just don't remember them. Head hits a pillar, gone, never remember anything. That sounds like life. I got in there before you
sleep
did.
like you live, yeah. Complete oblivion.
Works well.
Here we go. We're having a dream in the Hunter's Grove.
Yes.
In your dream, you return to the dark ravine, deep in the grove.
Oh.
Like many others.
Did you not want to read this?
I mean, I could. I thought I'd skip it because we didn't do an explore. But, okay. I guess this is the tutorial, so we'll do this flavor text.
Okay.
As you walk into the shadow of the Hunter's Grove, your heart beats faster, and your wound burns.
Ooh.
You died not far from here. 2 weeks ago. Though it took some time for you to realize that.
What?
You try hard not to think about those events, humming your favorite tune to chase away the memories. Yep, that makes perfect sense. Moving on to the dream, then. In your dream, you return to the dark ravine, deep in the grove. Like many others, you search for a little girl who went missing in Kaunak. Instead, you find a mass of what look like tangled black snakes crawling across the moss-covered stone.
Blech.
The mass rises on countless black legs and rushes at you. For a split second, you see the horrific truth. What charges is a malformed, overgrown, beating heart on countless legs of blackened veins and arteries.
Oh,
It opens its circular maw full of lamprey-like teeth. Next moment, it's on top of you, ripping into your side and desperately trying to push itself into your chest. With all your strength, you pull it away from the wound, throw it to the ground, hold it in place with your boot, and crush it with a swing from your hammer. Then, you wake up, alone in the forest, shivering. The wound burns again. You ask the village priestess and herbalist. You tried many remedies and quaffed foul-smelling mixtures. Still the wound festers, turning black.
Oh no.
You try to fall asleep, but your mind dwells on what fate awaits you, and whether a thing like the one that killed you will emerge from your chest once you die. Lose 1 energy, gain 1 terror. This prophetic dream caused Beor to lose a point of terror and a point of energy and gain a point of terror. Move the markers accordingly. After reading a dream or a nightmare, continue the game. In this case, go to Part 8, start of the second day.
That sounds like a nightmare. That's not a dream. Now,
Yeah,
my definition of nightmares is gaining terror.
Boop. Boop. There we go. That was very scary. Well, I think that this has obviously been specially written for the tutorial. Usually it's not. In our experience of the prototype, it's less specific than that.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, Part 8, start of the second day. You wake up feeling refreshed and good.
What? That makes 0 sense.
Yeah, it doesn't say that.
Oh.
I just wanted to be optimistic.
Oh god, I fall for it every time. Good one, babe.
Oh, we lose another day.
Oh no.
What? Down to 6. There we go. And we read the next event card.
Ooh, okay.
So if we had proper event decks set up, we would draw the next card, but we don't because it's a tutorial. So instead, tired and in pain, you start the final leg of your journey. That seems more appropriate.
That does.
Sometimes event cards have an additional impact on the game. Remember to apply any rules you find on them.
Will do.
Like if you remember in the prototype, we had bad weather. Traveling sucks now.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yep. So today we're going into Whitening, Michael.
Okay.
Pay 1 energy and move Beor to Whitening.
Ta-da!
You did it. Good job. Round of applause.
Thank you.
We would reveal new locations here and here, but we're too far from the men here, so we don't.
Yes.
It's also a lightning bolt icon. What does it say, Michael?
Draw a blue encounter when you enter this location.
Oh my god.
My god. 1 blue. We got here. A suspicious guard.
He's not suspicious.
I reckon we're going to have to do some diplomacy.
This is a diplomatic challenge because it's blue. A very inquisitive, I think that's why it's a diplomatic challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, we also know it's a diplomatic challenge because it's an encounter card that's not a combat card.
Our first clue was.
Yeah, this tracker here. So, start by putting a red marker on that grey space.
Got it.
I remember that from the prototype.
Me too.
Alright, we need plenty of space on this side of the card because we'll be putting out our stuff here.
Got it.
So these are similar to combat encounters, but the main difference is that we're trying to move this guy up to the top of the affinity track and not let it fall to the bottom of the infinity track.
Where we would lose.
Yeah, so we'd lose a reputation if we fail, but we'll gain a reputation if we win.
Makes sense. Right?
So, let's see. Yep, it makes perfect sense. So here we go. Diplomacy overview card. Look at that. All that. That's cool. And then we've got the diplomacy iconography here as well.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Alright, for diplomacy we're largely using the other abilities, so this side of the player board.
Oh, I remember this as well. Yes.
So, draw 3 cards from Beor's diplomacy deck.
From the top?
Yep.
Let's do it. Oh, look, there's little handy symbols on the cards.
Well, isn't that useful?
Had you already crossed
They
that?
thought of everything.
You'd already seen this, hadn't you?
We did sleeve a lot of cards. So, you can play the Eye for Detail card, Michael.
Yes.
It connects to caution, which is good because we have caution here. We've got 1 caution. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to check the symbol here that connected with the one on our card. So here we've got this Celtic knot, or whatever that is, and nothing else. So we actually reference on the card, encounter card here, the Celtic knot, which refers to an arrow going up, which means we get to go up 1 space on the affinity track.
Nice.
We also get to put out a little timer token here because we've got a little timer symbol here on Eye for Detail. There we go.
But this will go if we stick another card down.
Exactly. Which is why we're not going to. We're going to do an infinity check. We're not at the top of the track. And then we're going to end our turn. Well, I say end our turn. The first turn will then move to the guard, who will do his response. Now, we check the enemy attack symbol here, which is the same as the one they use for combat. It also looks like the skull on the dice here.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just a down, so that he shifts back down 1 now.
Yeah.
And it's back to us.
Helpful. So do we get to draw a card because we left it?
Well, before that, Michael, you discard down to 3 cards and draw a card just like in combat. Very good. And now we get to remove the time symbol, and because that was the last one, you get to draw a card.
Excellent.
So now, Michael, do you have an idea about what card you're going to play next?
Show off?
Nope.
No. Definitely not. No.
Yeah, the suspicious guard does not want to see your bravado. We're actually going to play misdirection.
Yes, I was literally about to say this one. This was my part. This was my second guess.
This is your second guess. Good. Well, you would have had it right the second time then. Very good. So
we have 2 ups.
Yep. So we can 2 times the free multiplier down here sends us up to 2 spaces on the affinity track. Nice. And then, well, we've got no other useful connectors up here, so we ignore all that business.
The lightning bolt
allows us to play it as our second card in a round. But because it's the first card in the round, it's irrelevant.
Right.
So let's go on to play another diplomacy card. See if we can get that last.
Well, I would say this, but we don't have a magic, so I reckon it's this. I reckon it's show off.
Let's play Threatening Voice.
Oh, I was literally about, it's not this one.
So, we've got the... Oh.
And you'll see why.
Yeah. So, we've got the free golden connector down at the bottom here, and that gives us the lightning symbol. This card instructs us to lose a reputation when placed. So, we're going to lose a reputation.
We don't have one.
So, nothing happens. But it also says, so this little circle symbol here, that means when the card is played onto the table.
Yes.
And then we would lose a reputation, but we don't have any. So instead we go straight on to the second part, which says, if you have 2 aggression,
go
up 1 pit on the track.
There we go.
Because we're threatening him. We're like, let me by, I'm an angry man. And he's like, oh, you are scary and angry. I will let you pass.
I know why he's not done show off.
Why is that?
Because if you're showing off, you lose health.
And we don't want to lose health.
No.
We only gain 1 at the end of the day, and that's bad.
Yeah.
And that's how we die. So, we get to... now we'll do an infinity check. We have beaten the card.
Fabulous.
And as a result, we gain 1 reputation.
Ta-da!
Hooray!
Yay!
So these will be shuffled back into the diplomacy deck, and this would be discarded to the bottom of the blue deck. But because it's the tutorial card, we'll just set it aside.
Yeah, makes sense. Look at us doing well.
Hooray! We're winning the tutorial.
Anyone would think it's planned like this.
Oh my god! If only it would go so well in the actual game.
Definitely not.
So we've actually. Do you remember our quest that was given us by an Ifor in part 1 of this?
Yeah,
series?
we had to go talk to someone or get something. We had to get something from Whitening.
Do you remember what we had to get?
No, we should have written this down. It told us to do this.
You should definitely write this down. So because this is what's called a task in the main game, it's not part of the central narrative quest of the game, which will always be reminded to you by these event cards in this deck here. You'll actually be just required to remember these details. And if you forget to do an exploration of the tasks, then you'll just miss your opportunities to do things. So, we need to do an explore and whitening to look for the ingot, which was the star that fell out of the sky.
Yes, I remember the ingot nugget.
The ingot nugget. So, we're going to do it, and we're going to spend 1 energy to do an explore of whitening.
Yes, so, ta-da! Do we flip it?
Well, we would, but we're just going to go here to the tutorial book instead.
Got it.
Because it's the tutorial. But normally we'd flip that card, or we can choose to reference this as well. All of the underneaths of the cards are here in this book too.
Got it.
So, you can start reading that top text if you like.
Okay. The hole is here, as always, gaping at the heart of whitening. The white lichen... The white lichen that gave this town its new name seems to grow out of it. It covers the walls of the nearby halls with a thick coat. Only close up one can discover it is, in fact, a layer of small sparkling crystals, like sea salt, on the wooden posts of a pier. As you inspect it, several people watch you suspiciously. You shrug your arms to show them you're not interested in their secrets. Go to verse 7. Why?
Go to verse 1. If you're reading this, you misunderstood the instructions.
This is for me, isn't it? Where I have to read that all. It's like, fool.
So, Michael's under strict instructions when we play the game not to read all the verses until he's told to do so by the book.
Okay. 7. There's no love lost between Carnaut. Oh god, I will get this right at the end of
at the end when we stop playing.
Carnaut and the Whitening. You shouldn't stay here too long. Visit the village tanner, go to verse 9, or ask Whiteners about their mynheer, go to verse 5. Didn't we? No, we got to visit the tanner, haven't we? He knows about the ingot.
Is that right?
I can't remember.
Okay. In the real game, you would also not be able to see any of this. I would be giving this to Michael, and he would have to choose. That'd be like...
It'd be like, help me.
And I'd be like, no, I've seen the book. I cannot help you. So I think the answer in the tutorial is probably 9.
Yeah.
Because verse 5 ends in, go to verse 7 and make a different choice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we don't want to do that. You ask.
We might want 1 experience point. That's good.
Oh, that's good.
But fortunately, it's just the tutorial, so.
Okay.
You ask around about the tanner if Freer wanted you to find, and draw some strange looks. Finally, someone tells you this man moved out several months ago. Angry and confused, you reach the tannery, only to find the building abandoned and covered in cobwebs. What's going on? Was this some kind of cruel joke? Gain a terror, gain part 2 of the surprised errand status, and the exploration ends.
Gain a point of terror, then mark the second part of the status on the tutorial save sheet and continue to the scenario. Go to part 13, the way back.
I feel like that's kind of just repeating what that says.
Yeah.
In any case, I guess we'll take 2 terror then. I'm not sure if we're supposed to, but we've got our 2 things, and we can go back to the way back. You have to go back to Kaunak fast. Travel to Hunter's Grove as before. Perform a travel action. Pay 1 energy and move Beor.
Da-da.
Yes.
And da-da.
Beor has only 2 energy left, just like the day before, but this time he wants to travel as fast as possible. So we're going to pay 1 more to move back into the center.
Oh no, he's tired.
Now we're exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
So if we look at Beor's festering wound trait here, which is specific to his character, he loses 1 health every time he becomes exhausted. Womp womp.
Oh no.
Poor Beor.
He really is dying, isn't he?
So, tired and exhausted, we've made it back to Kaunak, so we can spend our final energy to do 1 final exploration action. Which means we'll come back to the tutorial guide here, and we will go back down to this choice.
Yes. Complete your mission.
Exactly. Complete your mission. Requires part 2 of the surprising errand status, which we've got now. So we go to verse 2.
Yay!
So the conclusion of the...
Would you like to read these? Because I did part 1.
Sure. You enter Kaunak exhausted and in pain, yet even in this condition you quickly realize something happened in your absence. Many sad-eyed townsfolk walk the streets or argue in small groups. Startled, you look towards the men here, but it seems fine, surrounded by ribbons flapping in the wind. There's no weirdness in Kaunak, so what could draw all these people out of their houses? As you approach the ford, you almost stumble upon the boy who usually delivered Ifrir's messages. They're gone, the boy tells you. They left at the break of day. Ifrir wants you to take care of his workshop. You stumble into the building, only to find it empty, save for a note lying on the workbench, held securely in place by a heavy ingot of star iron. 3 times you attempt to read the parchment, your eyes watering from helpless rage. It says Ifrir left Kaunak without you, traveling with Lord Yvain, Fail, Albert, and Nianti. They head for Camelot, where they hope to find help for your town. You were deemed too weak for this journey. Not good enough. A silent rage grows within you. Gone are the exhaustion and the pain. You leave the forge and look to the east. Somewhere there, behind the rolling mists, clouds of weirdness, and dangerous trails, the Kaunak champions journey on. You're sure you will find them. Each party member gains a terror. Congratulations, Michael. You've finished the tutorial scenario.
Yay!
You will find Ifrir's letter in the game box. It will prepare you for the first chapter of the Fall of Avalon campaign. Best of luck in the bleak world of Tainted Grail.
Dun, dun, dun.
1 more point of terror. We're almost insane.
This is not good.
Almost insane after completing the tutorial. Fix. It was a fix. There we go. So we're pretty much all set. We're ready to go. We know what's going on. We know what do.
I got this. Oh, we didn't get a purple or a...
Grey one.
Yeah. That's
Maybe that's for if you go via the Charred Conclave or go and investigate the Four Dweller Mounds.
Yeah.
Should we have a look at them?
Yeah.
See what's going on. You love this.
I do.
You love having a look at them.
Scratching an itch.
I would
here.
not normally allow this, but they are the first tutorial cards, and we won't be revisiting the tutorial. So this is actually kind of like a preamble as well. You know, this is actually the actual Tainted Grail game begins with Beor minding the blacksmith shop of Ifrir. So this is just a little bit of sort of prelude as well. So this is another misshaped vermin.
It's exactly the same card.
Yep. All right.
Who's betting that this one
is another misshaped vermin? Oh my god! That's not right. That should be something else. This is supposed to be people. All right.
Maybe it is a weird person.
Turns out we didn't miss anything at all. It was almost more fun imagining we had.
Yeah.
So we've sort of we filmed this, guys, because we were just sort of trying to fit in our schedule here around the Christmas period and the holidays and all of that. But we also really wanted to get Tainted Grail to the table because we're really excited to play it. So I hope that you guys are excited to come on this journey with us. If you wanted Cthulhu, don't worry, because we'll probably do that too at some point. But this gets priority because it won the vote.
2/3 to 1/3, I believe.
Yeah, it was 60 to 40 when we checked. before starting this. But we did film the tutorial because we didn't really have much time to get stuck into a proper game today. But it's quite good, really, because now
we can proper just go for it.
We can proper go for it, but also you get a chance to leave your comments, because Tainted Grail will not be back tomorrow. Something else will be back tomorrow, and Tainted Grail will be coming again in the near future. So if you have any thoughts on the characters we should play, let us know in the comments below. I'd quite like to do the Kickstarter exclusive character, because she was I haven't seen her, so I'd quite like to do Niam. And I was thinking of playing her with the blue board. Is that a good idea? I don't know. But maybe not. Do you have any thoughts on who you'd like to play?
I quite like us being two badass women around Camelot. So maybe Ariel, that one, the green girl. Well, I am green usually, but I don't know. I was Maggot in the other game. Maybe we could just comfort blanket.
But Maggot always has nightmares.
That's true.
He's rubbish.
He's rubbish.
Unless everyone's rubbish. So let's have just a quick look on here. So she starts with a bit of everything. So she's a bit of a canvas, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. So that means that pretty much you're open to pick anything you want.
Which is kind of cool.
I can look at the top cards of the encounter deck and put it on the bottom if I don't like it. That's pretty good.
That's nice. It's like, nope.
If I go into a settlement and I have a character, me and any characters with me lose reputation.
What?
Yeah, apparently I have a bad rap. Is this a terrible idea?
I think that's a terrible idea. Because we wanted to go together.
No, you wanted to go together.
That's true.
Like, it's like, form a party with me. And I'm like, no, I'll think about it.
Only if you lose reputation.
But if you guys have any thoughts on this, let us know in the comments below, and then we'll read them and we'll think about what you said.
Yeah, totally. We definitely read them all and consider them.
We do. But thank you very much. I hope you're excited for watching. I hope you're excited to come on this Tainted Grail journey with us, as we are excited to get stuck in. So, in the near future, Tainted Grail not full game, as much as we can get
in. As much as we can get in a sesh.
Yeah, and then if you are continuing to enjoy it, we'll do more of that. Mm-hmm. But or if we die, we might,
Yeah, we might start again.
It may end prematurely. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in the Avalon?
Just resurrect ourselves.
But if you are excited to see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. All right. But for now, I hope this has been helpful, and you guys are ready to get started on your own Tainted Grail games.
Adventure.
Exactly. Yeah. Bye.
See you soon.
Oh, we didn't even talk about forming parties because we only had one guy.
We can save it for next time.